friends, we are the student of Dr. Harisankar University. Here we are discussing about the very important topic on the managerial economics. Our topic is a theories of a profit. Before starting a presentation, first we are discussing about here what is profit. Profit is a financial gain, basically the difference between the amount earned and the amount spent in buying, operating or producing something. Here, in simple words, we can say a profit is an amount which is a surplus after paying all the expenses. Here, the formula of the accounting profit, which is a total revenue minus in bracket a wages plus rent plus interest plus cost of material. After deducting all these things, we got the profit. So the next came on the second slide, which is the main theories of the profit. Here basically there are 6 types of main theories of a profit. First is risk bearing theory, second is uncertainty bearing theory, third is rent theory, and fourth is innovation theory of the profit, and fifth is dynamic theory of the profit, sixth is wages theory of the profit. So first we are discussing about the risk bearing theory of the profit. This theory is originated by the Professor Howley in 1907. The main purpose of this theory means the entrepreneur is to bear the risk that is associated first with the setting up of the business and then with the management of the business. As we all know, when we are starting our business, we have the risk that what to the selection of the business is to be done. So mainly that there are risk is of the two types of. Mainly, first is the risk involved in the selection of the field of the business. Selection of the field of the business means the field which is we are selecting for doing the business. Second is risk associated with the management of the business. After starting the business, for the management, what are the factors which are affecting for the management in the bearing the risk? Now we are came on the second slide, which is uncertainty bearing theory of the profit. This theory is originated by the F.H. Knight. The theory of the profit, he says that we may distinguish between the insurable risk and the non-insurable risk. Here, the insurable risk means the risk whose statistical probability can always be computed, like a risk of fire, theft, and accident, are known as the insurable risk. The risk which we are not insured, that these risks are came in the future. Now, the non-insurable risk means the risk which is neither definite nor foreseen in the future. It cannot be guarded against because no insurance of the companies afford an insurance against such uncertainty. Non-insurable risks arise due to the business cycle, technologies changes, unhealthy competition among the business firms, change in the government policies. It affects the uncertainty bearing of the theory. Non-insurable risk in the modern business are as follows: comparative risk, technical risk, risk of government intervention, and cycle risk. As a rent theory. Rent theory is firstly developed by the American economics Walker. Walker says the profit are the sum genus of as a rent. His theory of a profit states that the profit is the rent of the superior entrepreneur over the marginal of the less efficient entrepreneur. This theory states that the amount which is earned by the use of the land is known as the profit. That profit is known as the rent theory of the profit. According to the economics, there was a good deal in the similarity between the rent and the profit. Rent was the reward for the use of the land. Profit was the reward for the ability of the entrepreneur. The Walker's theory of the profit is based on the assumption that a state of the perfect competition prevails where all the firms are presumed to attain the same managerial ability. The assumption that a profit arises due to the differential ability of an entrepreneur does not always stand true. The rise in the profit could also be due to the entrepreneur monopoly in the market. Next is the innovation theory. Innovation theory is developed by the Schumpeter. According to this theory, profit is a reward for the innovation. The reward which is gained on the innovation and which earns the profit is the innovation theory of the profit. Innovation refers to all those changes in the production, process of reducing the cost of commodity so as to create a gap between the existing price of the commodity and its new cost. The main gap is a profit. Schumpeter emphasized on innovation. The real function of the entrepreneur is to introduce innovation in the business is also innovation which is yield him a profit. Now came on the next, which is a dynamic theory. Dynamic theory is developed by the J.B. Clerk. The dynamic theory is propounded in year 1900. According to him, the profit is the difference between the price and the cost of the production of the commodity. According to the Clerk, the whole society is divided into the organized and the unorganized society. Here the organized society is further divided into a statistic and a dynamic state, and the profit is the result of the progressive change in an organized society. Now came on the next slide, which is a wages theory. Wages theory was developed by the Thursing, the American economics. According to this theory, profit is also a type of a wages which is given to the entrepreneur for the services rendered by him. The services which is rendered by the entrepreneur in exchange of these services, the amount which is get to the entrepreneur is known as the profit for him. In the words of Thaksin, profit is the wages of the entrepreneur which accrues to him on the account of his ability. Just as the laborer receives a wages for his services, the entrepreneur work hard and get a profit for the part played by him in the production. Thank you.